What is going on YouTube? Joe here with Color Nation Media bringing you another episode of Pokemon X and Y Battle Spot Live 6v6 edition. Today, coming into today's episode rather, we are sitting at a record of 6-2 after a 2-game losing streak. 2 games ago we lost a very close match. It was a very good game. Our opponent just played a little bit better than us, and we just, unfortunately, his Heracross cleaned us up there at the end. And then in the last episode, we were up against a team that way outclassed ours. It had the likes of Garchomp and Rotom Wash. It had the Skarm Blitzcore, Sableye, and we ended up getting stalled out. Didn't even really defeat us. He just kind of beat us due to timeout. He was leading 3-2. He was going to win anyway if it was a regular 6v6 match. I shouldn't say that. He was definitely going to beat us anyway. But that was the past. We're going to try to move past that today and break this losing streak and get to a 7-2 record and a 5-game differential, which would be great. I should hit the continue battling button. I'm recording all these episodes in a row, so the last 2, that's why it said continue battling and all that stuff. Anyway, before we get started today, if you can remember, if you'd like to show some support to the channel in this series, which I hope that you do, you can do so by leaving a comment down below or leaving a thumbs up or thumbs down button. Or clicking on the thumbs down or thumbs up, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I'm a little frazzled after a 2-game losing streak. I wanna break that. So we have the autotomized Vanilluxe, which hasn't really done much as of yet, and I'm not really expecting much of it. But I just really like Vanilluxe. I wanted to bring it. We have Electivire, which put in so much work last time around. Mixed Electivire, actually. And we have Dragon Dance Haxorus, which surprisingly I haven't really found a use for. The Skarmory the last match really deterred us from using it. Then we have the Sceptile, specially offensive. We have our specially defensive Mandibuzz and physically defensive Alomomola, which also has been putting in a lot of work. It's seen a lot of screen time. It's been passing wishes. It's been doing all kinds of things. So, it's just a great physical wall. We see Ruben here from Mississippi. I'm actually very relieved to not see a Japanese player because the American and British and European players tend to bring way cooler things than the Japanese players, who tend to spam the same Pokemon over and over and over again, and that's where we tend to see a lot of the Skarm Bliss and Gliscor, Blissey cores, and I really don't want to see that. I want to see some interesting stuff, because that's what I'm bringing. So we see Cacturne, which is a huge threat. Metagross, Honchkrow, Armaldo, Kingdra, and Hitmonlee. I really do enjoy this team. This is a really cool team. Really cool team indeed. Let's see. What do I want to bring here? Electivire can put in a lot of work. Again, Electivire is so good. Oh my goodness, it's so good. A lead here. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure, to be perfectly honest with you guys. We do see the potential for a Rapid Spinner in that Armaldo. Not that that means much. I shouldn't be saying that because I don't have rocks on my team. Why did I say that? I don't know. I don't know. Part of me wants to just go in with Haxorus because I don't see anything that can set up like Will-O-Wisps or anything. So I kind of want to just go with Haxorus and just start killing things. But I see 2 Sucker Punch users, so I don't know if that's the best idea. But we can punch some serious holes in his team. We're actually going to do that. I had the EQ for the Metagross. So I think where I went wrong is that I didn't use Haxorus as a wall breaker. I used it as a sweeper. And I really just want it to come in and just poke some holes in my opponent's team so that we can come in with the likes of Electivire later on and Sceptile and start cleaning things up. I don't know if that's going to work. We're going to give it a go. We're going to give it a go. There's the Haxorus. Beautiful, shiny Haxorus. I love the color scheme on that. It's just so good. So good. We see Honchkrow out here. I don't know if setting up a Dragon Dance is the best thing, because if he attacks me, like a Brave Bird or something, a Sucker Punch could be coming after that. So I think I want to just go for the Outrage here. Pretty sure I naturally outspeed. Yeah, we are going to get an Outrage off. I don't know that this will one-shot. Honchkrow is, I mean, it's not the bulkiest thing in the world. It's going to take a lot of damage from this. Actually, it's just going to straight up go down. Haxorus put in some serious work already. Honchkrow out of the way. That's one of the Sucker Punch users gone. Right off the bat. Wow, Haxorus. Okay, so apparently I've been using Haxorus wrong all this time. Cacturne's going to come in for the Sucker Punch. It's going to die to an Outrage, though. And I outspeed, so you have to go for a Sucker Punch. Why would you bring Cacturne in? Don't waste your Cacturne like that. He's going to go for the Sucker Punch. And we take it okay. It does about 45%. But an Outrage, why didn't you go into Metagross? I'm locked into the Outrage. I don't agree with that play at all. Both of his Sucker Punch users are gone. We're going to get confused on the second turn, so that's actually kind of beneficial, because if he wants to go into the Metagross now, I can switch and come back in later. He's going to go into the Kingdra, which means he can set up a Focus Energy if he is the Crit set, or if he's Swift Swim, he can set up a Rain Dance. Kingdra is dangerous as anything, and I'm afraid of it. I would love to Toxic it, but just, I don't know what set this thing is running, that's the thing. So I think I actually just want to go into Mandibuzz. He could have the Ice Beam. That's very possible. Chances are he's not going to be able to do a whole lot to Alomomola, but if he has the Deep Pulse, that's going to hurt. So you know what? I think I'm just going to go into the Mandibuzz. I would like to scout to see what this thing has. I would really, really like that. He's probably going to do some kind of setup move first turn. No, he goes straight for the Dragon Pulse, so I'm glad I didn't switch in Alomomola. I wouldn't have really liked that. Wow, okay, I was about to say, that does so much damage. We have to Roost. After that crit, he's going to go for the Scald, and watch him get a burn. Watch him get a burn first turn. No, he does not. Okay, so I'm just still a little bit salty from the previous matches, I guess. I need to calm down. Not all the luck is going to go against me. It doesn't work that way. So we got a decent amount of HP back there. Or net HP, I should say. I mean, Roost always recovers 50%. But he's definitely not the Focus Energy Sniper set. So that is good. I'm guessing that this is usually like a spec set, is what it looks like. Or Life Orb. And he's just bringing it to 6v6. And he's severely handicapped in this battle because he got rid of both of his Sucker Punch users to Haxorus. And I really just don't agree with the way he played either of those Pokemon. I mean, staying in with Honchkrow the first turn, okay. Depending on what you think I'm going to do. But that Cacturn play, I really don't agree with that. There's the Toxic, but it doesn't matter what I agree with because I make questionable blah, 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 and I can't talk. I make questionable plays all the time, so I'm sure a lot of people don't agree with my plays too. So I'm not really one to judge. Let's see. Knockoff does nothing. I still didn't switch that. Why? I keep forgetting to switch Knockoff. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter now. This is the last episode we're using this team. So I'm just going to go for a Roost here, as he's probably going to Dragon Pulse me. No, he's going to Scald me, so he might get a burn. No burn. Wow, that's like the second or third time he's used Scald, and we haven't seen a burn yet. That's interesting. That is rather interesting. I would kind of like to go into Vanilluxe here, but with that Metagross around, I can't do much because I don't have anything to hit him with. I've got Ice Beam, Flash Cannon, and Signal Beam. Signal Beam is the only thing that I can hit Metagross with, and it's not going to do nearly as much as I need it to. I really don't have any switch-ins here. I really don't. Knockoff is going to do a Jack Diddly Squat. I mean, I guess I could go into the Sceptile, but he might not have the Ice Beam. I'm guessing he would have gone for it by now. So let's go into the Sceptile, and if we get burned, so be it. That's fine. This Mandibuzz is still at full health. It's like nothing ever happened. It's like nothing ever happened. So we're going into the Sceptile. Watch him go for Ice Beam now. That would be funny. Now he goes for the Scald. So he was desperately trying to get that residual damage, and he's going to get it this time around on the only Pokemon that it doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter on the Vanilluxe either, but still. I feel your pain. Kind of want to go for a Leaf Storm to nuke this thing, but a Giga Drain plus Toxic damage should be enough to take this Kingdra out. So I'm just going to go for the Giga Drain. He's going to stay in. I really thought, again, the Metagross might be coming in, but he does not seem to want to switch that in, even though it can wall a lot of things. He does have the Flash Cannon for Fairy types, I'm guessing. He's going to get the special D-drop here, and with the burn damage, that's going to put us in KO range from several things. Or it has to be a special attacker, maybe not. Maybe he doesn't have any other special attackers? I don't really know. We're down to about 50% of our HP. So that is a thing to think about, or not. I mean, you don't have to think about it. I'm not forcing you. I mean, it's just a suggestion. Just a suggestion that you could think about it. It's not that big of a deal. I'm going to go for the Leaf Storm here. We're going to try to nuke this thing. This is going to hurt, Armaldo. This is going to hurt. It's not quite enough to take him out, and I think we're going down to an X-Scissor. Yep, there's the X-Scissor. Sceptile. Sorry, bud, but you are going down to that. So he's got Armaldo and Metagross, and one other Pokemon, I think? Or does he only have the 2 left? If he only has the 2 left, it's pretty much over at this point. I think I will let Vanilluxe come in here. And Vanilluxe can finish off the Armaldo. Yeah, he does have 3 Pokemon. So let's go for the Ice Beam. He can go for an Aqua Jet here to get some chip damage off, which might do a little bit more than chip damage because Vanilluxe is pretty frail. Nope, he's just going to go for an attacking type move, probably a rock type move or a Swords Dance. I don't really know, but he leaves his Armaldo in here to die. I'm noticing that he's not switching. He's not trying to get initiative at all. The Hitmonlee is going to come in. With Metagross and Hitmonlee being his remaining Pokemon, there's no reason for me to save this Vanilluxe and switch out to take damage on something else. So I'm just going to go for an Ice Beam, let him lower his defenses with a close combat. No, he's going to go for the Fake Out. So I'm guessing this is his usual normal gem Unburden set, but he doesn't have any items, so he's not getting any kind of boost. Because he doesn't have an item. He doesn't have an item to use. The way Unburden works, it doesn't work as long as you're not holding an item. You have to actually consume an item first, which is why normal gem is a popular thing. We get a rolling kick, and we survive. Okay, so we got a crit on the Ice Beam. So that wasn't going to do that much because Hitmonlee has some pretty decent natural special bulk. But I'm just really confused by why you're carrying rolling kick. I mean, it's very clear that this is not an in-game team because you can't even get Hitmonlee in X and Y, so I'm not sure what these sets are. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm really not. But we can just go for an Ice Beam again because it's stab. Why not? He's not carrying the Mach Punch, so that's something interesting. He's going to let his Hitmonlee go down here. And this match is all but over because he's got the Metagross, and I've got several Pokemon remaining that can deal super effective damage to him because Steel Psychic is really not the best typing anymore. It used to be a pretty darn good typing, or at least not a bad typing in 5th gen, but because Steel no longer resists Ghost or Dark type moves, it's just not the best. So we have HP Fire with Sceptile. Oh wait, did I let Sceptile go down? Yeah, I did. Never mind. So we have the not the HP Fire with the Sceptile. We have Flamethrower with Electivire. We can Scald it and try to get a burn with Alomomola, and we can probably honestly just wall it with Alomomola. I have the EQ on the Haxorus, and even Knockoff, despite there not being any items, is still a super effective hit. So I'm not too worried. We are going to outspeed unless he goes for a Bullet Punch, so I'm going to go for a Signal Beam here. And he does pack the Bullet Punch, so he probably has Bullet Punch, Meteor Mash, EQ maybe. He could have the Hammer Arm. Zen Headbutt is a thing that could be happening. It's definitely a thing that could be happening. So I think I want to go into the Haxorus here. We are going to be able to survive a Bullet Punch from that range. So we can just go for a straight up EQ and deal as much damage as possible. It's not going to be a one-shot, I don't think, because Metagross has a lot of bulk. Its natural physical bulk is pretty darn huge. Wow, that does a lot of damage. This is more than I thought it was going to. He is going to go for the Zen Headbutt. And that is, wow, we're going to live with 2 HP. We're going to live with 2 HP. I'm thinking about switching out. Why am I doing that? Let him take me out with a Bullet Punch. It does not matter. So this Metagross is going to pick up a couple of kills, which is good for him. And we are, it looks like, going to come out of this battle with a 3-0 victory, which is much needed after the last 2 battles, I think. I needed it kind of like as a little confidence boost, because those last 2 battles were frustrating. I really did get way more frustrated than I should have, and I was just, I don't know, I was having trouble shaking it off. Every once in a while that happens to me where I just, the loss, or the losses, they don't sit well with me, and that was just the case here. I just had trouble moving on from it. I don't know why. I don't know why. Let's go for a Flamethrower, because his special defense is usually weaker. So there we go. Alright, Metagross is going to go down to the Flamethrower. And Electivire picks up a kill yet again, because Electivire has been amazing for this team. Unfortunately, that's the last time we're going to see him, because we're going to get some all-new faces in for the next episode, and hopefully build on our now 7-2 record. 5-game differential. Like I said, very happy with this team. Despite the 2 losses, the 1-2 record overall for this team, I'm very happy with how it performed. Very, very happy. If I would change anything, I mean, I don't really think that I would change my plays so much. I don't think I played terribly. But this team was lacking quite a few things. One was the ability to set up entry hazards, which did hurt. There were a few battles where there was just so much switching going on, and having entry hazards up on my opponent's side of the field really would have helped out a lot. And then also the ability to get momentum. I don't have any momentum grabbing moves. Normally I've got like 2 or 3 U-turn / Volt Switch users on my team. And for a while, a lot of times I'm just playing Volt Turn. It's not the, I mean, it's a pretty annoying strategy to go up against, I know. But having at least one Pokemon that can get you momentum is a good thing to have. And that's part of why I should have brought the Crobat, because instead of the Mandibuzz, I wouldn't really have anything that would be specially defensive, but I mean, I guess I could have switched around the rest of the team. Anyway, I'm just babbling now, but with that being said, like I said, our record is 7-2, and that's going to be it for this time. So I want to thank you all for watching. As always, if you haven't done so already, make sure you're leaving a rating, a thumbs up, a thumbs down, whatever it may be, and a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the battle, what you thought of the team, all that good stuff. Or if you have suggestions for me to bring in the next episode for the next team, feel free to leave them down below too. And if I have anything that you guys are suggesting, or if I can get it easily in time for the next recording, I will surely include it. So with that being said, I will see you all for the next episode. But until then, game on.